Hey audio, welcome to the official WWISE, Unity, and Git workflow video. This tutorial will pretty much follow the step-by-step document I've created in Confluence. So if you want to follow along, you can pull that up there. I'll make sure I link it in the description of this post. So you want to put audio in the game. Where do you start? First, go to GitHub Desktop. If you have any changes over here, you can just discard them as long as they're not things you were working on previously, not on your branch. First, make sure you are on the development branch, and then fetch, getting all the latest changes, and pull. Then you can minimize that. Next, open up your WWISE application. And then while that's loading, you can make sure your Finder is ready with the audio file you'll be bringing in. I'll be using the, at this point, infamous sound effect for our team. First, make sure you're in the designer layout in WWISE. In the Project Explorer, hit the audio tab. That brings up the hierarchies. Remember, these are like folders within folders. We just need to organize all the sounds within our game. Then this is different for everyone, but wherever you got to put your sound in, use these folders to navigate. In this case, I'll be putting a sound over IO's combat attack. To import a sound, right-click on IO's attack, hit import audio files, find the audio file from your file browser, and drag into this window, hit import, and now the file has populated the sound property editor, or the sounds location. So now it's in the WWISE project. To confirm, you can hit play and you'll hear it.
Bruh.
Once you've put your sound in the proper location, it will open this window. It probably looks pretty familiar to you guys, and that's because it has a lot of the shared controls between a DAW. You got your fader, pitch, low pass, high pass filters. You change these things, it'll change how the sound behaves. So I have it like this. I already have a delay on that, if you can tell. That turned it down almost a full octave, for example. You can also add certain effects. You already heard the delay. Once you add them, you can edit their parameters by hitting this little ellipses. Parameters are in here. The coolest thing I think about WWISE is that nearly every parameter you can think of for the audio can be controlled by in-game values. So those are called, for the most part, RTPC, or real-time parameter controls. So for example, if you wanted to add like the pitch to lower when IO's velocity increased, for example, we could get that numerical value and attach it to the pitch. We can do some of that more later. If you ever have any ideas like that, just run them by me or whoever else is a technical sound designer for future WolverineSoft members. Positioning is related to more ambient effects or enemies that you want to be able to hear further away and get louder. We can go over that together later as well, maybe in a later video. States we will also go over together later. One thing you should also know is the nature of parent and child folders. In WWISE, this kind of architecture allows for you to apply an effect to the parent folder, in this case IO's sound effect folder, and if you lowered the pitch on this folder, that would affect everything within this container. So you'll hear it's lowered, even though I did not change the value on the sound effect itself. So if I lowered it now, it would be like 3 octaves now. It's like not even audible. But yeah, that affects everything within its children containers. If you don't want it to share its properties from the parent, there's an override parent button there. For those of you following along in the Confluence page, we're at step 3, and as you all can see, there is a note there that says you can skip this step. That is just there in case something goes wrong and you're not sure what's going on. You can check that step through, but ideally I should have filled out all the event stuffs, or whoever your technical sound designer is should have lined up all the events so that Unity can find and trigger the audio events when they need to happen. So at this point, you have your file in the proper container, in the proper sound location. All you need to do is go to SOUNDBANKS, select SOUNDBANK layout, and hit the button Generate All. It'll do some dialogue, whatever. You can hit close. And this is important. Next, hit save. Heading over to the Unity side, open up Unity Hub, open up the project, give it a minute. And once the Unity project opens up, navigate to the scene where your sound will be playing in the project navigator. I'm just double checking, and when you play, you will hear your sounds of the game. So normally, if this is your first run through, the sounds might not be perfect. That's okay. It's really easy actually to go back and make adjustments between WWISE and Unity. You don't even need to close the editor. You just go into WWISE and make your edits in the sound property editor, and then generate the sound banks and repeat over and over again. Make sure, of course, that you save and then hit refresh project in Unity. Then when you're done with everything, you can go ahead and close the editor and the WWISE project. The next and final step will be pushing your changes to our repository. So open up GitHub Desktop. Ensure you are checking into your branch. In this case, I'll be using the test WWISE branch. Your branch will be named for you. Bring your changes over to your branch. Make sure you're up to date with your branch, and then make your commit. So I named this one demo video. And then go through all your changes and highlight. This is really important. Highlight all the WWISE project / generated sound bank changes. We're going to need to discard these because otherwise they'll cause merge conflicts between other audio members. So discard all these. Then you are ready. Just commit it to your branch and push your commit. After that's all done, you can switch back over to the development branch. Then you're going to have to make a pull request. To do that, you go to Bitbucket, and on Bitbucket, navigate to our repository location under repositories project blue and hit the create pull request button. Then under the first tab, select your branch, hit continue, and just fill out this dialog box to match, giving some description, and hit create. After that point, one of the other leads will approve your merge. What this is doing, the pull request, is just making sure that we know everything that's coming into development. It's just no different than like how you would be pushing to your branch, but this way we just have an extra step of security. Thanks for watching my tutorial. If you can tell, I was pretty excited. I've never made a tutorial video like this. You guys are my favorite people on the planet. Go audio.